What's up, guys? Today we're on part 2 of our Starfire story, loosely titled The Princess from Tamaranians. When we last met Star, she was outside of Gordania and Thanagar. She just watched a Thanagarian ship blow up a small fleet of Gordanian ships, and they just brought her on board. Now, unsurprisingly, Starfire's not really happy with this turn of events. She's had a weird couple days. Feels surrounded by enemies and, deeply and truly hurt by her older sister in a way that she never had before. She has no idea where Wildfire is, and she has no idea if her parents even know that she's gone. She's just feeling so many emotions, and if there's one thing we know about Tamaranians, is that their powers get a little wonky when their emotions get a little wonky. But that doesn't matter to Star. If she needs to fight, she will. She does notice, though, that the other aliens that we know as Thanagarians are kind of really weird. Like, they had weird masks and giant feathery limbs that she had never seen before. But they were clearly warriors, and they were clearly fighting the same enemy. Quick aside, I don't know if any of you guys can tell, but I am changing all types of things. Who cares about the time? I just wanted to say that one. So after dealing with the language barrier thing that they have to do at every instance, whenever Starfire or Tamaranians end up with someone in another language, Star finds out that she is with 2 lieutenants of the Thanagarian army. Lieutenant Parandu and Shayera Hall. Star had never heard of Thanagar before. She had no idea where she was. Paran and Shayera had never heard of Tamaran before either. They had no idea where she had came from. So Star starts freaking out a little bit because there's just so much going on and she doesn't know how to get back to where she's come from. Shayera and Paran are trying to figure out if they're going to try and escort Starfire home, if they're going to take her back to Thanagar. They don't know what's happening. While they're deciding this, another Gordanian ship shows up. A fleet of Gordanian ships show up and just blasting fire, evasive maneuvers, dramatic. During this fight scene, Starfire escapes both of them, everyone. She escapes the Gordanians, she escapes the Thanagarians, and she just kind of goes on her own. They're very near Thanagar, so she's trying to figure out what to do. But Shayera tracks her down before she even ends up heading towards her home, or where she thinks her home is. And after recognizing the strength of Starfire and thinking about the war that she's in, Shayera decides to escort Starfire home, wherever home ends up being. With the approval of Hro Talak, Shayera gets Star on a ship and they start heading out in space. I think this would be fun, particularly because I've never seen Starfire and Shayera interact before, ever. Most especially these 2 versions of these 2 characters, and I think that they would be fantastic because we don't know this Shayera and we don't really know this Starfire, and they definitely don't know each other. Shayera is very much warrior and Starfire is still very much princess, and they're both kind of angry because they're both going through war. I think they would have a lot in common, and it would be really interesting to watch them be together. And I will see you Friday for the last episode of this story. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.